Hi, I'm Wilma Johnson Wilbanks, and I'm from Cleveland, Mississippi. Um, Eleanor Smith Slaughter was my closest friend. We met the night I pledged in 1976, and she was giving a long speech. I had no idea who she was, that she was a member of council, that she was a legend in the Greek world. I had no idea. And she was going on, and I was visiting with a friend of mine, kind of whispering, and she said, well, everybody who is anybody from Leland, Mississippi is a Delta Gamma. Isn't that right, Wilma Johnson? And I laughed and said, well, I guess they are now. And we were fast friends from that moment. The next year I was the what we called the assistant rush chair, so I was director of sponsorship and spent a lot of time in Columbus, and that was in 1977, and her house became my safe place and my favorite place in the world to be. You'll hear a lot of things about Eleanor. One of the things I think that's most important for you to know is that Eleanor had super high standards. She expected a lot of herself and a lot from the people who worked with her and who were her friends. And you know, those values of integrity and loyalty and honesty were very important to her. There's also something else that was very important to her. Her standards were also high as to how you presented yourself to the world. And I was at a convention with her. I was maybe 22 or 4, whatever, and my parents were always very generous with my clothing allowance, and I was on the other end of the room in her suite because she was still on council, and I said, okay, how do I look for the banquet? And I was honestly 20 feet away from her, if anything. And I had on, you know, a very, very nice dress and shoes, and I had a string of pearls around my neck. And she said, well, I know that your daddy paid $500 for that dress and $350 for those shoes, so I don't understand why you have to wear drugstore pearls. And I said, well, call him. And I never thought about it again. And on Christmas morning, my mother, my sister-in-law, and I got beautiful strands of gorgeous 8mm pearls thanks to Eleanor, because she did not want me to look anything but my best. And even every day since she has passed away, I've thought of her, because the brand of everything in my cabinets, the crackers we eat, the brand of tea I drink, the canned goods, the car I drive, is all of that was based on what she told me I needed. The other time she did me a really great favor was when she decided that I was old enough to have a Rolex watch. And she called my daddy and said that Timex was out and Rolex was in. And so I have her to thank for that watch, which I still wear. But Eleanor, I think a lot of people think about her as just this legend, this legendary figure. And the thing that is so hard to capture is that she was such a strategic thinker. She was so analytical. She looked at what everybody could bring to the table, whether that was in a new member class, in an officer slate, you know, the people coming together to have a party. She always looked at what everybody had to offer. And if she thought you had it to give, you better believe that you better come and give it your all, because that's what she expected. Can we pause for a minute? I got a question.